Hey guys, if you're enjoying these stories, please hit that subscribe button and help me reach 6,000 subs. Drop a like, leave a comment with your thoughts. I read every single one. Thanks so much. I've always been the kind of guy who believes trust is everything in a relationship. With Emma, I really thought I'd found my person. Someone who felt the same way I did. She was kind, soft-spoken, and had this amazing ability to calm any chaos around her. That's why what happened completely blindsided me. The night her best friend Sophie pulled us into a mess I never expected. It was a lazy Sunday afternoon. I was in the living room trying to fix a sticky kitchen drawer when I heard Sophie in the next room, crying on the phone. She was pacing, whispering like crazy. At first I tuned it out. Sophie always had some kind of drama going on, and it usually blew over fast. But then 3 words stopped me cold. I swear he has no idea I hooked up with Ryan. I told him I was at Emma's place. He'll never know unless somebody runs their mouth. I stood there, hammer still in my hand, not moving. Ryan was Sophie's boyfriend of 3 years, the guy who adored her way more than she ever deserved. And she was bragging about lying to him. She ended the call, walked into the living room and froze when she saw me. "Alex," she said, voice shaking. "You didn't hear any of that, right?" I wasn't about to pretend. "I heard plenty, Sophie. You can't keep doing this to Ryan. He deserves the truth." Her eyes narrowed. "Stay out of my relationship. It became my business the second you used my fiancé as your alibi." Before she could fire back, Emma came down the stairs in sweatpants, hair in a messy ponytail, looking confused. "What's going on?" Sophie immediately ran to her. "Emma, tell him to back off. He's trying to tell me how to live my life." I calmly told Emma exactly what I'd overheard. I figured she'd be upset with Sophie, maybe even mad. Instead, she looked at me like I just insulted her whole family. "Alex," she said quietly, "this isn't your place." Sophie messed up. People mess up. "Cheating isn't a one-time mess up when it keeps happening," I said. "And she dragged you into the lie." Sophie crossed her arms. "So now you're the morality police?" "No," I answered. "But I'm not okay being part of the cover-up." The air in the room got heavy. Emma actually stepped closer to Sophie, like she was shielding her. That hurt more than anything Sophie had said. "Alex," Emma said, voice low and serious, "you are not telling Ryan anything." "I mean it. I'm not planning on running to him," I told her. "But if he asks me straight up, I'm not lying." Sophie scoffed. Emma's eyes turned ice cold. That night changed everything. After Sophie left, Emma shut our bedroom door, crossed her arms and stared at me like I was someone she'd never met. "You didn't have to go at her like that," she started. "I didn't go at her. I told her the truth." She shook her head. "You don't get it. Sophie's been through hell. She needs friends right now, not lectures." "And Ryan?" I asked. "Doesn't he deserve to know who he's actually dating?" "That's not your job," she snapped. I studied her face. "Why are you fighting so hard for her lies?" She hesitated just a second, but it was enough. "Because she's my best friend," Emma said. "And I'm not letting you destroy her over one mistake." "One mistake she keeps making," I corrected. Emma rubbed her forehead like I was giving her a migraine. "Alex, just promise me you'll stay out of it. Promise you won't say a word to Ryan." "I'm not making that promise," I said. "If he asks me directly, I'm telling him the truth." She pointed at the door. "If you tell him we're done. I'm not marrying someone who'd throw my friend under the bus." That felt like a slap. "You'd end our engagement over her cheating?" "If you betray her," she said, ice in her voice, "you're betraying me." I just stared, trying to recognize the woman I'd been planning to spend my life with. She was choosing Sophie's secrets over everything we'd built. I couldn't believe it. My fiancé was putting her friend's deception above our relationship, above the honesty we'd always said mattered most. The whole apartment felt like it was shrinking around me. I had 2 options: swallow my values and keep quiet, or stand my ground and possibly lose the future I thought I had. I didn't decide anything that night. I just needed space. I sat on the couch while Emma stood by the window, arms crossed, staring outside like the answer was out there somewhere. "Emma," I said softly, "if I marry you while hiding something this big, I'll end up resenting both of us. It'll ruin everything good we have." She turned around, and for a split second I saw doubt in her eyes. Then it was gone. "You're making this bigger than it is," she said. "Sophie's vulnerable. You're blowing it out of proportion. She's not vulnerable. She's manipulative. And you're letting her come between us. You're picking her over me." Silence. Then she said the words that twisted my gut. "Tell Ryan and we're over. You walk out and you don't come back." The woman I loved was handing me an ultimatum. Lie or lose her. That night I barely slept. Every time Sophie had used Emma as an excuse, every time Emma had defended her, it all played on repeat. My chest hurt, not from anger, but from the realization that the person I wanted to marry was asking me to throw away the one thing I couldn't compromise. The next morning I went for a long walk. The cold air didn't fix anything, but it cleared my head enough to see the truth. This wasn't just about Sophie anymore. It was about whether the person I loved respected the man I actually am. Over the next week I quietly saved screenshots, wrote down dates, kept track of the lies. Not for revenge, but because I needed the full picture. For me. For Ryan if he ever needed it. And yeah, to protect myself if everything fell apart. The final moment came faster than I thought. Sophie texted me out of the blue, wanting to grab coffee and clear the air. I went. She acted like nothing had happened, casually dropping details that only confirmed everything I already knew. That evening I came home, looked Emma in the eyes and said, "I can't keep living a lie. I can't marry someone who thinks covering for cheating is more important than honesty. You made your choice. Now I'm making mine." Her face went white. For a second I thought I saw regret, but then the anger rushed back in. "You're throwing everything away over this?" she asked. "If honesty threatens us," I said, "then maybe we were never right to begin with." She didn't say another word. I packed my bags that night, not in a rage but with the clearest head I'd had in weeks. Walking out felt awful, and freeing at the same time. For the first time in forever I wasn't scared of what might happen next. I knew exactly who I was again. Ryan found out eventually. I didn't have to spell it all out. The truth has a way of getting where it needs to go. Emma and Sophie picked their side. Picked mine. It hurt like hell, but I walked away with something they'll never have. Peace with myself. Sometimes standing up for what you believe is the hardest thing you'll ever do. And the most important. And honestly, that's the only win that actually matters.